Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my god, stop fucking lying.
Nu te mă că îți dau o palmă de nu te. Tu de ce pui mâna de 100 de ori pe mine? De ce?
This one is going to probably be the most sensitive one of all. See, it's about weight. Weight, your body weight. See, you can decide whether or not having a child is it's either is or it isn't. And even with the open availability of intercourse today, still having a child today still requires some prior acts. How about that way? Eating, body weight requires nothing. But here's the problem. We have an issue with weight. And today we're going to be focusing on women. I don't want to hear anything about, well, not all, or the men do it too. We're grown people over here. That's not how we do that. 80% of black women in this country are overweight. It's 8 out of 10. 800 out of 1,000. 8 million out of 10 million. That's ridiculous. And then when you get into that 80% of that number is obese. What are some of the typical talking points? Oh, well, those are those white folks standards. Right. Go back and look in your family album, and I guarantee you don't see no 250-pound big mamas back into the 1900s. It's the diet and it's the lack of exercise. That's really what it comes down to. And here's the thing. If you like your weight, if you love your body, hey, cool. I am not about, fat shaming or body shaming anybody. If you dig who you are, if you're a big, bold, loud, and proud, hey, man, knock yourself. Good for you. Let's say a guy has $500 million and his wife is whatever. If she was unfortunately taken to the next life by her creator, do you think he would go out and pick another woman like that? Or do you expect him to come out with a hot little thing? See, we got to act like we know what's going on around here. Smaller women get bigger. Smaller women get bigger rings. And I was mentioning something on another channel. Is this correlation is not causation, but you can also notice that with the increase in female weight in the black community, there's also been a decrease in the marital rate. They map each other. They're inverse of each other. As weight has gone up, marriages have gone down. I'm not saying it's causation. It's simple correlation. I mean, if we can be honest and talk, to be a woman who's an 8, 9, or 10 in the face, that's what you're born with. Pretty, beautiful, or gorgeous. Some people have a problem with the standard I use. I really don't care. Thelma on Good Times is a 7. If you call her a 10, that just means you got low standards. She's not by no means unattractive, but she's not a classic beauty. Beyonce is an 8. And I use women from back in the day because there is less chance for augmentation and lots of makeup. Pam Grier is an 8. Diane Carroll, Jane Kennedy, Dorothy Dandridge. These are the women I often use. But if you want me to bring some ones that are closer, Halle Berry. Halle Berry would be Dorothy Dandridge level. Kelly Rowland. Kelly Rowland would be right in there between Pam Grier and Diane Carroll. In my opinion, Kelly Rowland is above Beyonce. But that's what you're born with. You can't do much about your face. But one thing every human being, well, not every, one thing that the majority of human beings can do something about is their body. You can be an average looking woman. 6 is cute. 5 is average. 4 is below average. 4 is where it starts. So you can be an average looking woman, but if you have a fit killer shape, then today you're winning. And see, when we're going to talk about your weight today, we're not going to talk about any of this waist trained, thick, these balloon. In Atlanta, you see some of the most crazy looking women. I'm like, no, there's no way you were born that way. We're talking about a lifestyle that has a plant-based lifestyle, a plant-based diet. You know, you eat more plants than meat, low carbs, low sugar, and active. I don't mean you just happen to have good genetics. I mean, you carry your butt to the gym 4 times a week. Why does this matter? Because, go ahead and get into it. Are you competitive for what the men that you want? And when it gets right down to it, you got to ask today, there's a lot of big girl attitude today. I mean, back in the day, women who were not really very attractive or overweight, they were some of the nicest, friendliest, most feminine, sweet women. But today, all these Moniques running around here with this big girl sassy attitudes, big girls act like they got it popping. You think you only love me because I'm popping. And you can't afford that weight and attitude if you're trying to get married. See, we got to take it out of sex. Sex is not the end goal. See, in the Black community, too often we judge things on short term. Somebody will hit it, somebody will like it, yeah, but that's not the goal. The goal is long-term relationship, marriage, legal marriage, not spiritual union, marriage. Knock it off, ladies. That's how you guys keep score. You can get laid, but why can't you keep a man? If you big, bold, and beautiful, and you're popping and thick and all this other kind of stuff, why can't you keep a man? When was the last time you had a proper date? I mean, the last time a man said, hey, Lori, I would love to take you out to American Cut next Friday. I got reservations at 8:00. I'll pick you up. We're going to have a great time. And he drives you over to the Shops at Buckhead. Valet. The valet opens the door. He walks in there holding your hand, or arm in arm. You have a great table in the middle of the room. And they come over and you get a bottle of wine. You order whatever. You order the filet and the salad. He orders the porterhouse. When's the last time you had a proper date? You leave the date, valet picks you up, you get in the car, he drives you home, walks you to your door, kiss goodnight, and then he pieces out. Some of you have never had this, but you can Netflix and chill. They swing by and they got, the 12 tenders for $10.99 from Popeyes. See, if you don't have proper dates, that means these guys probably don't want to be seen with you in public. Another thing, bringing you around his colleagues, co-workers, and things like that. Are you a liability or an asset on his arm?
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God, stop fucking lying.